Hi everyone, hi dear panelists. We are from the grade 12 VUMS and we would like to share to you our research study. But first, I would like to introduce to you our dear researchers. First, we have Christine Nicole M. Adahar, Nicole Ann De Leos, Aliyah Cassandra Laderas, Carol Jane E. Montero, Cassandra Chloe T. Priol, Ira Joy A. Tumaliuan, Mary Price V. Tumaliuan, and lastly, we have Mr. Jean Ali Toralio. Proceed to the next slide. Our research title is The Effects of Parental Pressure on Students About Their Academic Performance. The study aims the effects of parental pressure to their children into their behavior and mental health. We, the grade 12 VUMS, students, we want to share what are the possible effects of being pressured by our parents. According to Abhishek Shiravasta, 2017, that the impact of parental pressure on academic achievement take on greater significance in teaming society. Proceed to the next page, which is the research gap.
Research gap. According to Leff, Court Miller, Ware and Shirk, 1981, Levenson, 1981, increased academic was associated with high parental aspiration, but only when did not exceed realistic expectation, the student achievement dropped accordingly. Our research aim is to let the parents know the effect of pressuring their children when to come to their academic pressure. Additionally, parents should be aware that the pressure they put on their children will result in high anxiety and mental isolation.
Next, we have the statement of the problem. The statement of the problem of our research study, our research focuses on the parental pressure among students, and the purpose of this study is to assess the impact of parental pressure on students' academic performance. Its particular objective is to provide to answer the following question. First question, how do students feel about their parents putting pressure on them? Second, what are the positively and negatively consequences of parental pressure? Lastly, to what extent might these effects be perceived? Proceed to the next slide. The next slide is the theoretical framework.
And here we see our theoretical framework. These three are the factors that affect the behavior of our students. The first one being perceived control, which can be defined as the belief that one sees he or she has control over the inside state, behaviors, and the place, people, things, or feelings and activities surrounding a person. The next is the subjective norms, which refer the rules and regulation designed by society on which one should function. And lastly, the attitudes and beliefs which our students acquire. Next slide, please.
The next slide is the conceptual framework.
Here is our conceptual framework of the study all about. First, in our framework, we may see in the top was the parental pressure, meaning it is the main topic, and under that is the students. After that, it has two branches, which are the beliefs and behavior. Under students, we had the academic performance, and also it has two branches. These are the excellent performance, and lastly, the poor performance. So in this slide, it depicts the study's conceptual framework, and this part will depict the study's flow, guiding the researchers step by step through the process of performing a study. This study involved a conceptual framework to understand the connections among parental attributes, factors of parental involvement, and student outcomes. As Punch 2014 explained, a conceptual framework is a representation of main concepts or variables and their presumed relationship with each other. Factors with which related to parental pressure in academic performance of students. This study's approach focused on the aspects that could be deemed the most important to students. The attributes that will influence parental pressure is the beliefs and behavior that can affect academic performance of students. Depends on how excellent or poor the performance of students. It should be highlighted, however, the student's self-concept is not a direct determinant in parental participation. And next, we have our research design and methodology. Research design and methodology. This chapter outlined how the researchers obtained the data. Essential information to develop the study's objectives. This part specifically addressed the following research questions: research design, population and sample of the study, locale of the study, instrument of the study, data gathering procedure, statistical treatment, and data analysis. Research design is a plan to answer a research question, which we call the questionnaires. Research design and methods are different but closely related because good research design ensures that the data we obtain will help us answer our research question more effectively. So that's for this slide. We can proceed to the next person that will show about population and technique sampling.
Population and technique sampling. The participants of the study consisted of all Mahonra Academy and Science High School grade 12 students. Simple random sampling was employed for the collection of quantitative data. Surveys were distributed to grade 12 students of Mahonra Academy and Science High School in the academic year of 2021 to 2022. A comprehensive analysis of respondent demographic was conducted, then compared and constructed to the participants' responses for each instrument query on completed return surveys to uncover if demographics were significant in regards to students' views of parental pressure. In other words, our research will use simple random sampling to gather data from students, specifically from grade 12 students. And later on, the respondents' demographics will be compared to other participants' responses in order to reveal whether responses have same views about the topic parental pressure. We can now proceed to the next slide, which is statistical treatment.
Statistical statement. We have the weighted mean. The discipline of statistics weighted mean is an average attribute. Statistics that deal with population analysis. This will be utilized in evaluating the responders' performance. Next slide, please. And here we have percentage. Percentage will be used by the researcher for the demographic profile of the respondents such as age, gender, and senior high level because it was one of the most prevalent ways of representing statistics. Next slide, please.
The next slide is the data analysis and processes.
So for the data analysis and process, the topic impact of parental pressure on academic achievement takes on greater significance in a teeming society, where education is passage to affluence and the desire to edge out others and get ahead. From parents is more significant than the other source because parents are the key figures in child's life. And they are the immediate providers and protectors. They provide the child source of buffer needs once in a while. For instances, the child needs parent support when the child is under stress due to the burning curriculum. So many psychiatrists and educationalists agree that the rising psychosomatic learning and behavior problems of children can be attributed to a number of factors. Next slide, please. Instrument of the study. To gather the reliable and valid data needed in this survey, we used survey questionnaires. According to Adibat, survey is a research method used for collecting data from a group of correspondents to gain information and insights on various topics of interests. Okay, so the data we gathered in our survey were from questionnaires, and surveys are used to gather or gain knowledge in fields such as social research and demography. Survey research is often used to assess thoughts, opinions, and feelings. Surveys can be specific and limited, or they can have more global wide. Slide, please.
That's all. Thank you for listening. Again, we are from the grade 12 UM students. Thank you.